What if a face, carved by time, watched over a granite garden, blooming with spring's quiet miracles? Join us on the Mystery Face Walk in Torrington, where wildflowers whisper through the crevices and ancient stone tells stories beneath the sun.
Hi everyone, welcome to the video.
Today we're in the Torrington State Conservation Area. We're in early spring. The wattles are just coming off the boil and the other wildflowers are starting up. We're going to have a look at some of the really impressive granite outcrops here, see what flowers we can find, look for some wildlife, and we're going to have a nice trip.
Yep. Okay, come with us and let's see what we can find.
Let's go.
I think they were in the bottle box for me.
I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe it's some type of grevillea.
These were just coming out at Inderell, weren't they?
Yeah, that's definitely a grevillea. So these are the Baronias.
Yeah, they're only just coming out.
Yeah. A few more weeks.
But this one down here, with the big pom-poms, it's got the little tiny leaves, so I reckon that's it. That's what it had, the little leaves, didn't it? The Torrington.
Yeah, it has really little leaves. Look at this thing. Lots of folks walk through the bush at a great rate of knots. They don't really stop and watch or look at anything, but I think it's fascinating to see the different flowers. Here we got to see a pollinator at work, doing good work and keeping us all happy. It's enjoyable to take your time and to take in all the little things that you see. Some folks like to just walk along and see the waterfall or the view from the lookout at the end. For me, that's the icing on the cake, but I'm still happy to eat the cake even if there's no icing. All the little things along the way, the lizards, the birds, the flowers, the insects, even the reptiles and other things that you might find on different days, all make this journey so much more valuable for us. We found a number of different species of these Bosseaea flowers, among many, many other types of flowers, both emerging and in full bloom. The bush, around this time of year, changes so quickly. It goes from the stillness and quiet of winter through to the first emergence and the hint of what's to come in early spring, through to the full blooming of later spring and early summer, where so many things have already died off and are forming seed pods and getting ready to create new life. It's a fascinating journey and worth more trips to come back and watch again and again. Now we can't forget some of these very impressive granite formations. This area is part of the Mole Tableland, which is part of the Greater New England Tableland, and it's underpinned by mole granite. Now the mole granite is also part of the Greater Granite Basalith, which covers the New England region, but the mole granites are a bit unique because they are the most mineralised granites in the New England region, with over 1,300 known mineral occurrences. Some of the main minerals that were found in this area include tin, which the area was mined for extensively in the 1800s. Tungsten-bearing bodies also were mined, and other items such as gold, arsenic, bismuth and base metals were also commonly pulled out of the region. This granite is a very coarse-grained granite, and it's rich in quartz, feldspar and mica. The granite landscape has weathered into these dramatic monoliths, tors and boulder fields which create the rugged terrain seen in the Torrington State Conservation Area. These formations are the result of differential erosion, where softer surrounding rocks have eroded faster than the harder granite cores. So the mole tableland is not only geologically rich, but it's also ecologically unique. It supports rare flora and fauna, which has adapted to its rocky soils.
Green and purple, isn't it? Pretty colours.
And nestled amidst the eucalypt bushland is a special little wonder amongst the granites. This is a place known as Westminster. A short climb with a couple of larger steps will bring you to this mystical place. It has a certain air about it, which lends itself to some mystery and intrigue amongst the locals and the visitors alike. In this unique place, you can walk amongst giants, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Out of the heat of the day, you step into these cool, shaded areas. Like a miniature maze, you can explore the multiple exits and entrances, and if you have a small amount of rock scrambling ability, and not too worried about confined spaces, you can explore a few of the tighter tunnels. This area is an amazing place where you can see firsthand the dramatic effects that the weathering can have on the rocks. You can see how the effects of the erosion have carved out the remaining piles of granite, but also you can see how the different processes, such as hot and cold, and also of microbial activity, have paired off sheets of granite. And emerging from the rocks, at an altitude of 963 metres above sea level, the area commands some impressive views of the surrounding valleys that make up the mole tableland. And of course, plenty more rocks. I've always been fascinated by the different colours in the granites, the different patterns that the weathering presents. I love the lichens that grow on the rocks, and the amazing plants and animals that have made their home in what seems to be a harsh and unforgiving environment. This is just the type of place that makes Australia so special. Now here's a beautiful example of the power of erosion over the years. You can see that main rock sitting here is part of the whole complex. A few little fragments here, a couple of shards that have fallen down. And this other big slab is sitting there. Look at how clean that face is. That whole thing has just cracked off and fallen away. How big are these pieces? This is huge. These stones would weigh thousands of tons. Even these small fragments here on the ground would weigh several tons. Just for the little chips that have broken off and fallen away. I can tell you one thing, If you were standing here when that fell off, it'd be a stain in the ground. That's about it. What a beautiful place this is. A little bit of rock scrambling skills required, but not too bad, eh? That's Westminster. On a nice day you get some really good views out here. Today's very smoky, so it's a bit hazy, but still very nice. As we leave Westminster, we have a sense of our own insignificance. Tiny little things crawling around the planet, while huge great boulders like that have lives spanning hundreds of millions of years. But there's more to see yet. This place hasn't given up all of its secrets. So this is Mystery Face. Pretty apparent exactly why they call it that. It's amazing to think that millions of years of erosion have produced some of these incredible figures and shapes in the rocks. Now we often play the game as we walk around of finding shapes in rocks.
It's like playing with the clouds, seeing what's in the clouds.
That's right. With these ones it's not even a game. It's so obvious that these figures resemble what they look like. You go to some of these national parks and they have something like Turtle Rock or whatever, and you go and you walk and you spend half an hour looking at all the rocks and you can't even see one that resembles a turtle.
But we saw one earlier on that looked like a turtle, had an eye and everything.
That's right. So I think it all depends on where your imagination is on the day, but for these rocks here, they're spectacular. Definitely a hidden gem in the New England. Well worth a visit.
It's such a lovely walk with all the flowers and the trees and that. Every time we come it's different.
Absolutely. And it's so quiet. We've seen 2 people all day, you know.
3. I saw one at the camp.
Oh, right. Okay, 3 people all day. So, glorious.
Ah. The line doesn't look like a line now, it looks more like a turtle. See? Just didn't know if you had done that before.
The poor old grass tree. He's died in a drought, been knocked around by fire. That's what all of these parts look like. You can see this is what the live ones look like. All of these little bunched up pieces, they fall out from the stem.
There you can see that big lot just there. It's come off the stem.
That will break down and form nutrients for another plant. And so the cycle goes on. We leave Mystery Face with a sense of awe at just what nature can produce. Works of art as great as anything we've ever made. Now we came here on this trip for wildflowers, but I have to tell you, I love rocks. I don't know that much about them. What I can tell you that these are granite, forged in volcanoes a few 100 million years ago, then pushed up. One thing that really strikes me is just all the colours that you get. These rocks all have quartz in them, They have feldspar, and they have mica, and then all the lichen grows on top. All of these symbiotic creatures, part algae, and they make all these colours, all these beautiful patterns. Have a look at these pinks, and then look at the green lichen growing on top. Then these yellows, whites, pale greens. These are just gorgeous. Over here, we can see a grass tree just opening up in flower. Look at that. There's even a little pollinator just investigating. These will open up more in the coming weeks, and they will be absolutely awash with pollinating insects, hummingbirds. If there are gliders in the area, they'll come and have a feed. Anything that eats nectar will come and eat those. Not eat the actual flower, but eat all the nectar out of it. It's beautiful and sweet. Glorious to see them. What's that? Jayne is the queen of the castle. I'm a dirty rascal. Now, I'm not sure what this plant is. The leaves look a bit like a wattle, but the flowers are they're almost like little brushes. And they get these big pods on them. I'll try and look this up when I get it home, but if you know what it is, please leave a comment and tell me about it. I'd love to know. And one little iris, just at the last of its life. That's good. Then it opens up. These beautiful granite outcrops. These amazing views across the valley. It's glorious. We're looking out towards the west here. The land falls away off the tableland and down towards the western plains, where an awful lot of wheat and barley and all that sort of good stuff and we rely on for food every day. A lot of that comes from out there. And when you reach the top of a rocky area and you think nothing can grow here, nature surprises you again with some of the most amazing flowers. This truly is a spectacular place, so full of surprises. We've walked here before, and we'll definitely be back to walk here again. It's a place that never ceases to amaze us every time we come. And you can see why. And I hope you've enjoyed this journey with us. And if you have, please give us a like. It boosts the channel and it gives us a big smile on our face when we see it happen. Thanks so much for that. And let me ask you a question. Out of the things we saw today, the wildflowers and the granites, which one was your favourite? Leave us a comment and let us know. We'd love to have a chat. This walk just covers one small portion of the park, in which there are many thousands of hectares to explore and experience the great Aussie bush. And I can't think of a better way to get out, get a bit of nature into your soul and really enjoy yourself. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.